What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
This is Will.I.E under Experience Exchange.
This is T. Williams, and I guess I'm the Experience Change too. How was your day?
My day is good, but let's not talk about that. Let's get straight to the topic.
Wow, no small talk today, Mr. Will.I.E.
Yep.
It's straight into it. All right, let's do it. So today's topic was chosen by me. This topic is personal. I feel like if you can't share personal stuff, why are you doing podcasts? Because at some point, somebody needs to look at your life and be able to relate to it. Isn't that why we do it?
That's not why I do it, but let's do it.
Okay, so today's topic is secret sibling situations. What do you have to say to that? Secret sibling situations. Unspoken truths between sisters and brothers.
It's silent sibling secrets.
Silent sibling secrets, whatever. You know what I meant. Silent sibling secrets. Say that 3 times fast. Silent sibling secrets. I can't. So that's our topic today. I'm just going to jump right into it because my husband said, let's not do it. If we don't do it, let's just get it done. He's worried about this, you guys, because...
I'm not worried about it, man. I'm just saying, man, you finna touch some toes and... things finna get heated, man. Like,
listen,
for real.
Things are not about to get heated. The bottom line is that people may not like what you say, but you can't deny the truth. And that's how I feel, is that I'm sitting here because truth has to be spoken. That's the only way that people could truly change.
My thing is that why do you feel like you have to speak the truth? Like, that's your truth. That may not be somebody else's truth.
Okay, so in that situation, let's talk about this. Let's give some background, okay? My mother, my father. My mother did the best she could raising me. Was it great? Absolutely not. I don't even want to get into it because I don't like crying over spilled milk. My father also did the best he could. Don't want to cry over spilled milk.
I don't know about all that. I don't think they did the best they could. They could have did better, but that's just me.
Well, that's the truth. That's true. But in my truth,
it's like, why you always give people, see, that's one of the things that we're talking about today, even with the secret sibling, whatever it is you have. like you give people the benefit of the doubt and they do these things in your life, but you always have these excuses for them.
It's not excuses. It's the fact that if I claim to be a child of Jesus Christ, it's called mercy and grace. I can't receive mercy and grace if I'm not be given mercy and grace.
Even Christ went up to the money changers, okay, and kicked everything
tax
around.
Collectors, because he was praying in the temple, yeah.
Okay, and even he went to the pharaohs when the pharaohs came to him, and he told them off in a way that needed to be told off. He told it like it is. So if you're going to tell it like it is, you can't always be protected and say, well, my daddy did the best you could.
Okay, so what you want me to say? My mother and dad were horrible parents.
I ain't gonna say they were horrible, but don't say they did the best they could because you don't know what's the best they could have done.
I feel like with the way they were also raised, they did as best as they could. Here's the thing.
I go with that.
Okay.
The best that they was raised. Did you know how they were raised?
I had figured how they was raised.
Then it should be easy for you to forgive them then.
Okay, and I have a long time ago.
None of this should be an issue. So I guess this is the end of the show.
No, it's not.
It is because we...
Rewind, go back to where we were, okay? So... with my mother, I have 3 siblings. I am the middle child. Technically, if you want to say that. I have an older sister I'm 42. She's about to be 45. I'm 42. My younger brother, is he 38, 39? One of them two. Don't even know, to be honest. And then my younger sister is 34, the baby. On my father's side, me and my brother that were by my mom, we have the same mother and father. So in that, I feel like growing up, even before all the chaos happened with my mom and dad, I feel like we were the closest because we were people consider that blood siblings. I don't do that, but I'm just saying it for context. We have the same father and mother. My sisters have different dads. On my father's side, I recently found out that I had another sister. That has yet to be proven. We've never done a DNA test, but in my mind, she looks exactly like me. She looks more like my father than I do. Monique is, I believe, 30-ish, a little bit younger than my
Names have
brother.
been changed to not incriminate anybody.
Whatever. It is what it is. People will know what I'm talking about if they know me. So, I'm the younger child. So, my first question in the sibling secrets conversation to you, Will.I.E, is with you and your siblings, because I know you're going to give background. Do you feel...
I don't feel like I have to give a background like you giving the whole thing.
I feel like if we're talking about siblings, they need to know the context. Do you have siblings? Do you not have siblings?
Yes, I have siblings.
Okay, so what is your lineage in the siblings? Like, how many siblings do you have? How many boys? How many girls? Are you the youngest, oldest, middle? How does that work?
I'm the youngest. No, I'm the youngest to my mom. My dad had more kids.
Okay, so Willie's not going to say it, but Willie is the baby of like 7 or 8 kids. Okay, he's the youngest, and Willie is 56. So my question to you is, because I've been here for almost 20 years, so I'm just going to say it. Do you feel a sense of responsibility to be the one out of all your siblings that tries to get everybody together, get everybody talking if they're not speaking? How does that work? Do you feel, which I like to call the middle child syndrome?
No.
Why not?
Why are you asking all the questions? I don't feel it.
Okay.
So that answers that.
So, but what I'm saying is that over time I've seen between you and your siblings, you are like the center one. You're like the one that everybody calls, everybody, if something happens, you're the first person they call. If there's a problem, you're the first person that's known. Out of all the nieces and nephews, you're the closest uncle. Like, you are the center.
I'm the favorite uncle.
Right.
My sister's the one that everybody calls. She's the middle child. She would have the middle child syndrome.
Not you.
Not me.
Okay, cool. On the other hand, myself, I do have middle child syndrome. And let me give you what I feel middle child syndrome is. It's the one that always has to maintain a certain image because the other siblings rely on you to be the pillar of the team, which in this case is brother and sisterhood. I feel like I'm that person for my siblings. Do you agree?
Yeah. I have to think about it.
He's watching he's watching what he's saying, people, because he figures that my siblings are going to watch this. I'm sure they do. If they support, great. If they don't,
I'm trying to spare some feelings, man.
Listen, this is not about sparing feelings. This is about helping other people have a context about. And let's just go to the Black community. I'm just going to say that. I was raised with certain things, like you don't tell people your business. You don't tell your people what happens in your house. What happens in your house stays in the house. Was that how you were raised by your mom and dad?
Yep.
You didn't tell people what was going on. You didn't, if there was a disagreement, you never said nothing. You definitely don't go tell the school, because if you do that, you getting beat
down,
up. Right.
Drugged.
Exactly.
Ear pull, stenching cars.
All
switches,
the things. I
everything.
can't tell you how many times I went to school saying,
Willie, bring your bald-headed butt here. I can't say the words, but you know how I go in 56 is old school, baby. Come on.
Right. So no telling school officials. That's also the rule. And when it comes to siblings, there's always an unspoken elephant in the room about...
What unspoken elephant in the room?
Okay, here we go. Unspoken elephant in the room.
You got something you want to get off your chest?
I don't, but I'm going to say this because we're talking about this, is that for me, I have assumed the role of...
Okay, let's explore that.
Okay.
Why do you feel like you have to assume the role when you have siblings? Okay. It is for you guys.
Right.
But why do you feel like you have to assume the role?
I feel like
That's
I wasn't...
when I say you be bulldogging, it's mean like you have to take control of everything.
I don't want to take control. So,
well, why don't you just...
So here's the thing.
Well, why it becomes an issue and you just don't let it slide?
Because this is why I can't let it slide. We already did not have our parents together. We did not have good parents. So what happens sometimes in that dynamic, whether you want to say it or not, someone who's the most vocal, in this case, which is me, takes on the role of being kind of the parent. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm a sort of parent, because if I wasn't here, there would be no type of unity.
I think that's more of a control issue because you figured you could do it better than your parents.
I don't want to do it at all. That's what I'm telling you, is that...
Well, if you didn't want to do it at all, why you just ain't keep it moving forward?
Because if I don't, then me and my siblings would never speak. We would never talk.
I don't believe that.
I am the one who always calls. I'm the one who always initiates things. It's me. And they probably may watch this and don't agree. And to be honest, I don't care. But I'm the one who tries to make sure that we stay close. Because if it isn't us, we already don't have our parents.
See what I'm saying?
Listen.
Hold on, wait, stop.
No.
You saying you don't care. You do care.
Yes. I don't care if they get upset by what I'm saying, because once again, this is the truth. I am the one who always calls, checks in. I'm the one that, always, I'm the leader, but I don't want to be the leader. I don't want to be the leader, but I know that I care so much about them that if I don't try to make some form of unity, there would be none, because I feel like I'm strong in this for a reason, but I'm the person that also needs help. So who checks on me if I'm always the strong one? If I'm always the one who makes sure birthdays are done, special things, slideshows, gifts, all things for my nieces and nephews, who makes sure of that for me? So that's why I'm telling you, I do have middle child syndrome, because I don't want the responsibility, but somehow it was given to me.
I don't think so. I just think you take control of it.
I don't want to take control. What is the alternative? So here's my question to...
So, hold on, wait.
What?
Since you care and you want everybody to get together, and the birthdays and the calls and everything like that, and you saying, well, if I didn't do it, nobody else would call, or nobody else would get together, or nobody else would visit, or whatever it may be. I don't know. You have never given it a chance to be like that, because you're...
Yes, I have.
Well, since I've been with you...
Willie, that's not true. Let's do this. Let's think about 2007-ish, 2008. When me and my siblings got into it and we didn't speak. How long did that go on?
I don't know.
It was years, right?
I don't know.
Yes, it was. And it was. Because why? I let it go. Because I said, you know what? Maybe there's too much of disconnect between us, that my mom has damaged us so bad because we don't know how to communicate. I really feel like we are the Braxtons minus siblings, because we cannot communicate. And when we do communicate, it's little unspoken truths, none of the whole truth. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play the role of my siblings. Like, if they would sit here and be on this podcast, they would say 3 things about me. 1, I'm always loud. Like, I'm always the one that just cuts up.
I concur.
I'm the cut up sibling, right?
I agree.
Second, what they'll probably say is that I think I do no wrong.
I don't know about all that.
I guarantee
I've never heard any one of y'all that
because that's it. That's the unspoken truth. They will never tell it to me. Now, my brother,
your brother would tell you that.
He has told me my whole life. But my sisters would never tell me that I'm the person who thinks that I know everything. And I promise you, that's not the truth. But if they could say it without me getting hurt, that's probably what they would say. And lastly, and most importantly, this is the one that's probably gonna crush them. I'm the one that just doesn't understand my role as a sibling. I don't understand my role.
How would that crush them?
Because in their eyes, I'm probably the sibling who just wants a certain thing a certain way. But because I don't understand where they are in their life, I can't grasp that probably what I want or need from them is not possible.
I love you, but I think I agree with that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm the one who wants
Yeah, but I'm on their side to thinking that you can't grasp and understand the situation that they're in because of your mentality and your mental. It's like you're not intentionally judging them for the way that you see it, but you're judging them the way that you handle it or you've been through it all. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a mind that it's like you can't relate.
It's not that I can't relate. It just, all I want. This is what I'm saying.
All I. So you keep saying I.
Right.
All I want.
And the truth is that they probably don't want what I want.
That is correct.
Right. So if they don't want what I want, then what is my stance? If that's the truth,
I think that you probably need to find that out in 2025, summer 2024. You know, what is it that you want? Like,
I know what I want, and I've conveyed to them what I want.
What is it that you want?
I want us to be close. I want us to go on family vacations together.
Do you ever think that it may be too late though?
Yeah, it probably is too late.
Did you ask them to see is that something that they want or desire, or maybe they feel like it's too much energy to put into it?
I've never asked because I probably could not take the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's step one right there.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever ask because the truth is that I don't think I could handle it if they said that's not what they want. And I mean, I'm an adult. I have no choice but to handle it. But when you're the middle child, you already receive the blunt of the issues. I feel like out of all my siblings, I got it the worst from my mother because I was the child that no matter what my mom did to me, I just let her do whatever. And she would treat me any kind of way.
I don't. You know who I think got it the worst? Lacey and Ricky. Ricky got it the worst.
And why is that?
Because at least you and your sister could function. You know,
you're saying my brother and sister can't function. Now, you sure you want to say that because you know you and Lacey, y'all cool.
Function in a way that in reality takes there's certain things about them that still has issues. Like you take your brother, for instance, man. 30-something years old, he's still off the teat of your mom, man. Your mom got him spoiled. Like he can't function. He needs help all the time at 30-something years old. It's like he cannot get it together.
Well, you know, let's hope he ain't watching this.
No, it doesn't matter to me. I ain't scared of nobody.
Why does it have to be? You see what I'm saying? Like it's like he gonna say it's like
you know, I
wow,
never did that to your brother.
This is a public forum.
All I used to do is just help your brother, man. Like give him wads of money, man. Like big rolls of money. Just say, here, Ricky, there you go. It don't do no good. You can't buy love. Like I don't really care. Your mom got him spoiled. I don't care what nobody say.
Your mom got him spoiled.
So that means that he has it worse because now he cannot cope in society. That's why he takes so much substance abuse and dealing with the issues that he's dealing with. Man, hey, you talking about be real, we gonna be real. See, if you're gonna talk about being real, we have to talk about being real.
Okay.
This is our life. I can say what I want to say. This is my podcast with you. Will.I.E. For real. But go ahead. I can say about my brother. My brother, man, that dude did so many drugs, man, and robbed so many people, man. It's just what it is.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let's jump off of that.
But anyway, before we went down that rabbit hole, I was trying to say that Lacey and your brother had it bad because they weren't able to fend for themselves and they had to find out late in life on how to fend for themselves. You and your sister were able to fend for yourself at a younger age, so that grew you up a little bit. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand what you're saying.
But you don't agree.
I'm not saying I don't agree, but I'm not. Now, you want to talk about opening a can of worms? What you just said, I guarantee you, it's going to be heat after that.
No, you want to erase everything?
No, I don't want to erase everything. It's too late.
It's going to be heat. All I'm trying to say is, man, it's the factor. You want to open up this can of worms?
I do. Okay, so let's get off the middle child syndrome. If you're the middle child, please chime in. We'd love to hear your perspective. Next thing between siblings. The co-dynamic of love. Like the dynamic of love between siblings. I want to talk about what that looks like. I honestly feel like because we were never shown love as a child, we don't know how to love each other. What do you think? How is that with you and your siblings? Do you guys know how to love each other? Like my younger sister, every time we get off the phone, she will say, I love you. My older sister will say it too. But even still, they probably don't know this, but when they say it to me, it's weird.
It sounds like you have the problem, man.
I don't have the problem. Listen.
Everything that you're saying, and you people can chime in, this chick here has the problem,
I don't have the problem.
If they saying they love you and you don't receive it the way that they're saying it, something is wrong. So
no, nothing's wrong, because love is supposed to be something that's reciprocated, right? I'm just going to be honest, because we're here to be honest. And I know this is, once again, I'm going to say this.
Okay, but think about this, man. At what point and capacity do you think they have to reciprocate the love that you feel like you deserve? They may not ever have the capacity to give you.
Then I would rather them say that.
Who's going to say that in reality?
Someone who loves somebody
Nobody's even
would say
thinking
it.
about that.
Because the truth is that if they ever came to me and had this conversation that I'm having right now, I would want to know. Like, if they feel that I'm not giving them, I'm telling you the truth.
Other episode was Marriage Mayhem, and you was talking about emotions, and it's like, why do men lie? This goes into the same territory. Who's going to come talk to you if you're going to go off and do so much stuff? Because that's what's wrong with America, is that we don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. You can't speak for the whole America.
I'm not talking about America right now. I'm talking about my siblings. And the conversation is that if they can't love me the way that I feel like I deserve to be loved, then maybe we shouldn't be in each other's lives.
I don't think you mean that.
I do mean it.
No, you don't.
I do mean it. I love my sisters. I love my brother. Me and my brother are estranged. We're probably going to be estranged for forever. I still to this day don't know what I've done to him.
That dude be tripping. For the record, those of you that's looking at this and understand this, we ain't did nothing to that dude but just help that dude.
I just don't know why he's angry with me.
For free, man, and everything, and then some.
I love my brother. I wish it was different, but people say that. If you have family and you're supposed to be there for them, no. Like, I have come to a point with my brother where I feel that there's nothing else I can say or do that's going to make him want to have a relationship with me or my children.
I don't know about all of that. That's something to look into the future about. But all I'm saying is that you have this thing in your head that you want something a certain way, but you lack the capacity to understand where people are at. If you truly understood where they were at, you will have a better understanding of who they are. It's kind of like the creator. When the creator sees the same thing in us, he sees what we're able to become. He doesn't look at what we are right now or how and what we're doing.
That's right. That's why I have been here all these years.
Okay,
just waiting.
Okay, stop. You classify yourself as a Christian, right? Okay.
I am.
Okay, you are a Christian. Then how many times you got to forgive your brother?
7 times 7 times 7, yeah.
Right?
Exactly. I forgive my brother a day.
Each time or whatever.
Every time, yes.
Every time. So that means that it should be no or else. So when is it enough? When do you stop yourself in saying it's enough, or you keep going and keep pushing?
Okay.
So in order for you to understand that, you have to understand where they're at to meet them where they're at.
No, I have met them where they're at. I've taken less than.
Then that's what you need to do.
I've taken whatever they've given me. Without ever vocalizing what I need or want in our relationship. And my identity, you talk, let me finish. My identity lies in acceptance with forgiveness, not just forgiveness.
You're going to be forever alone.
No, I'm not.
I'm the only one going to be here with you.
Well, listen, you and your siblings, y'all dynamic craziness, I don't understand it at all.
Well,
because y'all have the craziest relationship.
Let me help you understand my relationship with my siblings,
let's do
my nieces and my nephews. I understand who they are. I don't expect them to be anybody but who they are. I know my brother loved me, but it's like I could walk into a room and I know that he loves me without him saying it, but he loves me in his own way. He's not going to ever love me the way I want to be loved. there's nobody in this world, not even you, that's going to love me the way that I feel like I deserve to be loved.
Okay, and I know that, and I accept
So when
that.
I look at my siblings, I look at what they're capable of, where they're at in their life, what's going on in their life, and I accept that.
Good for you.
And I come to an understanding that that's life.
That is okay. Being life. So let me ask you this question. Let's shift gears. Do you know what trauma bonding is?
No, I'm quite sure you finna tell me.
Trauma bonding is when you only have a relationship that's shared and created by mutual pain and heartache.
Okay.
And I just recently came into this information that I feel like my sisterly relationship is a trauma bonding relationship.
It may be.
Because the truth is that I know my siblings to a certain extent, but we don't know each other at the heart of who we are. We only know, and 90% of when we speak, it's about issues and problems and gossip and like things that happen. Like there isn't a dynamic between us where we truly want to know who each other is. And that to me is hurtful. I can't, and I can deny it and sit up here and say that it's not true all I want. But 90% of the time that I talk with my siblings, it's about issues.
Well, you ever thought about creating a new bond? So if you realize this and recognize this now, maybe you...
I have to get to the point of even having a conversation that they would even believe that this is the truth.
I guess you had to say this to yourself. My brother, Bo especially, I ask myself all the time, and the reason why we get along out of all my other siblings is simply because I ask myself, if me and him were not brothers, would we be friends?
Right.
And you know what I came up with?
What?
Yes.
So if you and your brother were not siblings, you would be his friend.
That is correct.
Okay. So you're saying I should ask the same things about my siblings?
That is correct. Because now when I talk to my brother in the mornings, when I call him or he'll call me, it was times where, we wouldn't call each other. But when I call him, he'll call me back, or he'll sit down and stop what he's doing, and we'll sit down and just chop it up. We'll talk about everything. We'll talk about knowledge, because I'm getting to know him more. I'm not getting to know him for that time where we wasn't together, when my life went on and was busy.
Right.
I know him now, who he is, and I'm building up on that as a person. I only knew him as my brother.
Okay.
And the idea of him being my brother. But now I understand a lot about him and what's going on, and I can relate.
Okay.
Maybe you need to try that.
No, because I can't even fathom my sisters not being something else.
What do you mean?
Like, I can't fathom my sisters being my friends. Like, that's not...
Then that's a problem. Then.
No, it's not a problem. What I'm saying is because my relationship with them is about the enormous amount of love that I have for them as my sister. Like, I can't look at them and see a friend. Like, that's not the dynamic of our relationship. So my question to you is that, okay, if you and your siblings would be friends, does that mean that you guys have a unbreakable bond?
What do you mean unbreakable? All bonds can be breakable. We people.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that, okay, you and your siblings do you consider you guys close?
Yeah, close as can be.
As close as can be. Despite what?
Despite what?
You said as close as we can be.
It depends on what it is, what comes up, what's happening. Relationships are always evolving.
Okay. All I'm saying is that in my sibling-hood with my siblings, all I would want is a clear and unwaved path of, hey, this is what I need from you as my sister. This is what I need from you as my brother. Is that hard, or is that unfair?
Have you done that?
No, because see what I'm saying is that because there's so much trauma between us and what we've been through, there's just certain things that just can't be ever asked. Like we have had multiple.
Okay.
Wait,
I didn't like ask you this question. Just a simple question, okay? Before you go down this big old long.
I'm not
hole.
really.
Why is it so hard for you not to just accept them for who they are? Even like
Because accepting
even like
them
me
for
being
because
in
I'm a human being.
Even-
Accepting them who them are means that I have to take less than. And I feel like I take less than a lot in my life. And I shouldn't have to take less than from my sisters.
I guess if you have that standard for yourself, that's fine.
No, I don't have that standard. That's the problem.
What do you mean?
I don't have that standard because I don't even take less than from you.
Well, what the point is that you are waiting too late to set these standards, man. You guys are already grown and adults. You already done groomed into who you're going to be. You guys are in your 30s and 40s, man. Like, for real. Like, changing a person that old, they're not kids anymore, man. They're adults with kids, bruh. Like, for real. Like, you can't change that. You need to accept those things.
Acceptance, like, okay, what is something that you always wanted from one of your siblings that you knew that they were never capable of?
There's nothing I wanted from my siblings that I didn't think they was capable of, because I don't look at my siblings like that. I've always been, from when I was yay high, my brothers will tell you, everybody testify that knows me, that I've never needed anything from anybody. I went out and got it when I was young.
So your inaptability to have an emotional
See, there you go, Dr. T. Dr. T doing it
allowed
again.
you to never allow someone to get too close to you to whether you feel that you needed something from them.
You asked me a question. What is the question you asked
I
me?
just said it.
What's the question?
What's the thing that you wanted from a sibling that you feel like
I
you got?
never wanted anything from my siblings. I really never expected anything from my siblings.
So
But
is that because of the emotional disconnection?
No,
Like you've never.
I expected Dennis to be Dennis. I expected Bo to be Bo. I expect Diane to be Diane. I even had an older sister I probably seen about 4 or 5 times in my life. I didn't remember her before 5. My brother Lewis, I didn't really see him. He's been locked up all my life. Like, for real. I probably seen him 1 or 2 times. And my brother Junior was always gone. I expected them for them, but I always knew where to find them at.
Okay, well, good for you. So I don't have that.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I've always watched my siblings have relationships with other people and wonder why can't they have that relationship with me.
Oh, now
I've
we talk
watched
about
them
sibling
do-
jealousy.
No, this is not sibling jealousy.
Okay, what is it then?
It is my understanding of
You talking
what's the
about their
difference.
other sisters and brothers?
No, I'm just saying. Oh, no, not the other sister and brothers.
Or friends. They have friends. They call a sister, they ride or die. You want to be the ride or die.
I should be. I've earned my place as that.
You want to be the ride. That's sibling jealousy,
But
man.
no, it's not sibling jealousy. What I'm
my
saying is that my siblings have other siblings. I am not jealous of their siblings. What I have a problem with.
Hey,
Really, Willie?
you my ride or die.
Grow up. Anyway, what I'm saying is that I have watched them have relationships with other people. I've watched them throw other people parties, go on vacation, go out with them. Like, I've watched them over the years do this with other people. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I am a dang good sister. Like, and I don't get that same regard. Like, why them and not me? I have said that. And at this point, it's like, my siblings are a part of me. Like, they're a part of my identity. I wish that there wasn't that, like, such a power over me. That's my family is the one thing. Like, that's part of me. My husband, my children, my sisters.
I concur.
My sisters are my rock.
I agree.
And the thing about that is that I would hope that at some point, like, if something happened to me,
I agree.
Willie, stop. If something happened to me, my sisters would use my death to be close, like close, because we ain't close, like, at all. Like, we talk, but it's not like Like, I'm just saying. So here's my last thing about all of this. And I want you to be honest with me. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't.
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. This is the last thing
You haven't been hearing anything that I'm saying, which is why I'm like so much like laughing. Like, I agree with you on the part you just said, because if they needed you and Casey said, I need you today, something happened, you would take every cent we had, buy a flight, fly out there and everything else and spend money. And when you get back, I'm like,
Yep.
man, you spent so much money. Or if they needed something, but now you're getting to that point, I guess you must be getting tired to where when they do need something or whatever it may be, you are like
questioning
it, like in your head. Like, but anyway, neither here nor there. So I understand what you're saying when you're saying, like, you know, you want to be the ride or die, they road dog, they number one and stuff like that, that you shouldn't have to be second best to a friend. I get that.
Right.
But you do realize that you have done that all your life with other people that were in your life. You made them out of your sisters and all the other good stuff.
Because
you don't think
of
that they
the
felt
void
the same
I
way?
had from my own.
You what?
Because of the void I have from my own.
So it's still personal. That's what I'm trying to tell you from the beginning.
I never said that. Of course it's personal. It's my sisters.
But what I'm saying is, so the problem is within yourself.
The problem is
Have you ever sat down and just literally just talk with them?
Nope.
Is it not that easy?
Nope.
That's pretty bad.
It's not easy.
Me and my brother, we had like a certain situation and we was talking and stuff, and he apologized and we went on and moved from it, and you know, it is better. They made change. So I see them making change. You not see the same thing?
Nope.
Yeah, I get you. I thought when you guys are talking and everything else that's
You've watched us have conversations, and what is 95% of that conversation about? My mother, my brother.
Nah,
issues.
Sometimes there's be some stuff going on in Gaydon, Kaplan, Abbeville.
It's trauma bonding. We only talk about issues.
But don't you like stuff like that?
No.
What do you want to talk about? So give me
vacations.
But look, hey, babe, watch this. If you don't want the trouble bond, okay, trauma bond. I'm sorry. That's my stomach. I'm hungry. You guys forgive me. I'm serious. I didn't eat. I came straight to the podcast before I got sleepy. If you didn't want the trauma bonding relationship, what would you want from, let's just say, your older sister? What would you want from your older sister, conversational wise, just to give us an example of what it would be?
Like a conversation without the trauma bonding.
That is correct.
How was your day today?
So stop. Your sister don't ask you how is your day today?
No. It's literally what you doing. What up? That's how when she calls, she says, what up? What? That is literally her tagline when she calls me.
Your sister is ghetto though.
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
That's what she says.
normal.
What up?
Okay. So
what you doing?
Give us an example how you would like
the conversation?
Yes.
So I'd be like, hey, Kata, that's my nickname. Hey, Kata, what's going on? How you doing? I said, okay, I'm okay. How are you? Good. Just calling to check on you. I'm like, okay, great. What did you do today? Like, oh, great. I went and my son took him to the mall. I did some invoicing. I sent out some things, all of that stuff. Like, where are you? That's what I would say. And she would ask, and I would ask her the same. And then she would be like, okay, how's the kids? Let me talk to them, blah, 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 blah. All of that good stuff. Okay, well, what's coming up? Like, what do you got going on? Like, anything? How's your business going? How's you? And like, she'll say the things, but 99% of our girl, guess what happened? Girl, you'll never guess what happened.
Okay, stop.
That's our conversation.
Okay, before you go down that rabbit hole, tell me, does anything that you said sound like any one of your sisters?
Does anything I said sound like no?
Do you think that they're capable of doing any of that?
I feel like anybody's capable of doing anything at any time.
That's where you go wrong. Think about it. Are they capable?
Yes, I believe they're capable. They just...
What makes you think that they're capable?
Because they do with other people.
So you've seen them do that same conversation with other people?
I have. I've literally watched it in front of me. And I had to just push it down deep so it just did not piss me off to go off. What do you have to say to that?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. See, now he's quiet, right? Now listen.
Because you know what? My conversation is my big bro. I love that nigga. I love that dude.
Why are you saying really?
I'm gonna take that one out.
You can't take it out. Who you talking about, Bo?
I love that dude, man. I love Dennis too. I love them all, man. Look,
Dennis is crazy.
He is. But look, I love him because, you know, when he called, before we do anything or say anything, you know what he say to me?
What?
How you doing, Duke? What's up, man? You good? How's fam? What's up? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, you out there getting it, man. I'm proud of you, man. I love you, man. I love you, little nuke.
Wow. That's a lot. Let me tell you something. I don't think Lacey, she will say it. Like, maybe, but not like talking about it. My other Casey, I can't tell you the last time I've ever heard her say she was proud of me.
Well, you expecting her to do something she probably can't.
So in that expectation,
so I guess you have things in your mind to say, hey, do you still want that relationship with her, or do you not want that relationship with her? I think, you know, she's a great person. I like her a lot, but
really, look how you said it.
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to say
she thinks you don't like her.
Who?
Casey.
I love that girl.
I'm telling you what she said. I don't think Willie like me.
I just think she's going through a whole bunch of stuff, man. She need to get it out.
Okay.
But that's neither here nor there, and that's not for me to say because that's her business. But the point is that I think that she's not capable of what you want to get from her
because you think I'm asking for a lot.
No, I'm thinking because you, like you say, the trauma bond. Like, man, y'all been doing this for a long time. I know I've been in the family for almost 20 years. So if you guys was doing it before then, that's a long time to want to try to create change, man. Some people just don't know how to start. It's comfortable to just be who you are. Okay,
so I feel like most of my relationship, like even now, like if they watch this, I feel like I'm the misunderstood sibling. I'm misunderstood because I'm so extra with everything. Like that's the title they've given me, right? I'm extra, I'm loud, I'm the one that goes off. I'm the one that even my children give me that title. But it's my caring. Like they don't see is that I don't pay attention to things I don't care about. And all of that just means I care so much.
You care too much, man. That'd be too much.
Listen, no, it's not. It's not. There's no such thing.
It is,
no,
man.
It's not.
Some people can't take all of that, man.
Nope.
Like for real.
I feel like
your excuse to saying, you know what, I'm just loud and so gung ho. I call it bulldog. And if anybody,
I'm not a bulldog.
If you guys ever hear me say this, and I'm gonna say it a lot because you're gonna hear.
That's not true at all.
Bulldogging is when when a bulldog comes straight at you and just jumps on you and just not give you a chance to do anything, and they're just tearing you apart, they're just tearing you up, and won't give you a chance to do anything. And before you know it, you all just give up and just they tuck and rip your throat off. That's her right there.
Okay.
She bulldogging.
So we had a question come in.
What's the question?
Someone asked, what if the trauma bonding with your siblings is their way of showing care and concern?
It is. That's what I just said. Like, that's the only way they know how to cope. They see, it's one thing about you. You're married to me, first of all.
So all of what I have is from you?
No.
Wow.
No, I did not say that. See, I told you, you're doing it again.
No,
you're
I'm not.
bulldogging.
I'm not. You just said that.
What I'm saying is because I hold you accountable.
Okay.
You haven't held them accountable. You now just wanting to hold them accountable.
But I know what holding accountable means.
You do. They don't.
No, I'm saying I know if either way, they're going to watch this and it's going to be hell or high water from after this. So
you saying you know what holding them accountable means? That means that they're not going to be in your life. That's what you're saying?
I'm saying it's a strong possibility that if they hear this, they're going to feel some type of way. When they watch this, they're going to feel some type of way.
Okay, but
my little sister, she's going to...
Excuse me, back to the question.
Okay.
Because for you finna go down a rabbit hole.
I'm not going down a rabbit hole, okay?
Now the question is what?
So the question is that what if the trauma bonding with your siblings is their way of showing care and concern?
Then you have to accept it for where it is. You should understand that and know that they mean the best. And that's who they are.
That's why I'm in their lives, because I feel like they mean the best. The best. Here's the thing is that I know in my mind that this is who they are. But my heart, because of who I believe I am and how I've changed in God, God can do anything.
First of all, we're not going to bring God up in it.
He doesn't want to bring God, but I'm sorry. It's my identity is my walk in relationship
because
with God.
not everybody's in God.
It's not
so
about.
So if you're expecting your sisters to be like you and be like Christ, they're
them
not
to be like
in
me.
Christ like you.
I'm not expecting my siblings to be like me. I am expecting what I see them do or say in other people.
You want them to mimic you and follow you because you're the leader?
I don't want to. Did you not just hear me say that?
Okay,
I don't want to be followed. I don't want to be mimicked.
But your conversation is saying all
I
that.
want to be heard. I want to be as much as I can understood because I understand them. I go about my way of doing things outside of what I even want to do to show them that I love them. Like when you love somebody, you look at the things that they need from you and try to adjust as best as you can.
When I think about this, man, the black family is messed up, man. I don't know if it has something to do with
black
slavery.
Family
I don't know
up.
what it has to do with. I don't blame everything on slavery, but man, I see this all the time. This is messed up, man. Even in my own family, my own kids feel certain ways about each other, man. Like, I had one of them tell me that if they wasn't part of the family, they wouldn't be friends with their siblings.
Okay. Well, so that's what I'm saying.
So I made that person think about it, and she said, "You know what? Yeah, you're right. Because why? Because you're close to them. You see their mistakes. You see their problems, their issues. You see a lot of the stuff, and it reflects to you because you're so close and you see them all the time. It's almost like a marriage, man. Family is like marriage."
Okay, right. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, so I married my sisters, not in that context, to love them for who they are. Me saying this doesn't mean I don't love them for who they are. Why I'm saying this is because my truth is that who they are for me, I wish I had more. I can say that, can I?
You can say that, but don't expect that because they're not able to give
I'm not expecting it. If I expected,
if you're not able to expect it, then what becomes the issue? Because they're not capable of giving
the pretending that it doesn't exist.
Who told you to pretend all these years?
Me, because I love them enough to not say anything.
Then that becomes your fault and your problem.
You're
you
right.
have to own that responsibility.
It's my problem and it's my fault.
Now you're trying to change it.
I don't want to change it.
In the midst of what y'all have.
No, I don't.
You trying to change the dynamic of your sisterhood.
Awareness.
You want an intervention?
I want awareness. No, it's not an intervention.
It is an intervention because that's what you're talking about. You want awareness. They already aware. How many times you don't tell them? You told me you don't tell them.
This is my idealization about love. Love is supposed to change, or is it supposed to stay the same? That's my question.
This person is capable of making the change. Yes.
So in love, no matter what they do, you're just supposed to accept it. If they are not,
as long as it's not.
If they are not in biblical principle of what love means.
First of all, we're doing it again.
No, because I have to go back to that.
They don't know the Bible like that.
It's not about.
So how they gonna follow the rule of the Bible? You want to see you become I love you. But sometimes I think you become a holy roller.
No, I'm not. I'm not a holy roller.
Not everybody knows the Bible like that.
It's not about being a holy roller.
Okay,
and you know it.
So you got to be a hearer of the word to be a doer of the word. You want to talk scripture? How are they going to hear it and do
Hearers and doers of the word. So let's get out of the biblical context and let's talk about life context. Okay,
I can deal with that.
If I love you and you love me, isn't part of love understanding? Not biblical context of love. Love in general.
Love in general is understanding. That is correct.
So,
and I want to add on that too. It's also adaptive. In other words, it grows.
But what if it doesn't grow?
Then you have to evaluate the situation to see if it's something that you want in your life. You let it pass by if it's something you didn't want in your life.
Gotcha. So it's to the point where I either adapt to who people are, or I voice it, acknowledge it, and from then on, since you are aware and you still choose that behavior, it's up to me whether I stay or go.
But then you're setting yourself up for failure because that person probably can't and could not do exactly what you're asking them to do now because you come to an understanding that you need that. They may not be capable. So now
You're going far away. Listen to me. Me even sitting here talking about secret sibling stuff is because I want to be a better sister. I want to be a better sibling.
Sibling secrets.
Yes, silent sibling secrets. I've talked about a lot of things that were silent before this moment. But the point of me saying it is so maybe this will usher them to say the things about themselves that they keep silent.
Intervention.
Because if we all love each other, right?
Intervention.
No, it's not intervention.
Intervention is when you're having people face who they really are and come to the knowledge of the truth and say it and admit it and quit it. They won't change.
I feel like every relationship should come to a point where you have to say it.
Intervention
Marriages, parenting, friendships, siblingships, all relationships should have some point of clarity. That's the world. That's the problem with the world right now. There is no clarity.
So you're speaking for the whole world?
No. Willie, come on. We know it's the truth.
Look, what you're saying is some form of the truth. I give you that. But we're looking at something that's been happening for years, man. And you're expecting it to change.
I am not.
Hey, this is who you are. I'm going to throw this down your throat. You're going to change or else.
No. Really? That's not what I'm saying.
Well, that is what you're saying.
I'm saying that after 30 years of holding it in, when does it come to a point in time that if I say, because I'm the one that's brave enough to say it, then we're dysfunctional.
Then you must quietly remove yourself.
No, I'm the one who's saying we're dysfunctional. Let's address this dysfunction. I can't ever say that.
Quietly move yourself.
Quietly move myself. Okay, that's your version of the answer, and that's fine. But all I'm saying is that I want to be able. See, you can get to a point where you love them enough to try to understand who they are. Because I didn't get the love I needed from my mother. Outside of my mother, my older sister was the closest person to me that acted as a mother.
I got this saying, man.
So if I'm looking at my sister in that way, and she knows I am, when does it come to a point where, okay, I don't want that?
Does she really know you are?
She does.
Has she acknowledged it?
Absolutely.
You voiced it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But somehow, somewhere in that time, the role got switched from her to me. Like I became the mother of the sibling group.
When do you think that happened? Did it happen while we were together?
I think when we got together, that's when it happened.
You think I had something to do with it?
I believe you do.
Why?
So this is kind of your fault.
Oh.
It's kind of your fault. Because people, they believe that I'm so stable and I have such great of a foundation in our relationship that I'm the one that just got it all together. And we just got it all figured out.
Where does lie come from?
We are just a pillar of strength. You laughing, but it's the truth.
What are we, the Kennedys? The Black Kennedys?
I wish we was, because we would have Kennedy money.
Huh?
But we don't. We have SpongeBob SquarePants money.
He got money too. He got a couple of movies out.
No, Patrick and SpongeBob. They live under the room.
They got a couple of movies with Sandy.
SpongeBob flips burgers.
They got Sandy.
And Patrick don't have no job. He's literally just floating along in the sea. That's us.
But yeah, Patrick probably got some cash.
Patrick ain't got no dang on cash.
He don't work, but how do you eat?
Yep.
All right, but anyway, neither here nor there.
Anywho, so lastly, I want to end on this real quick note about sibling secrets. There has never been in Black families uncomfortable conversations.
What I told you, you're not a scientist.
Okay,
bro.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say every single family. Okay, won't say that.
You can say from your experience, because you are 42.
Okay, whatever. From my experience, most Black families have a problem with talking about their feelings. Do you agree?
I concur.
Okay. And in that not talking about your feelings, there's a lot of things that get pushed to the side because there was never an awareness of things that need to be spoken because trauma came in the way and stole it. Do you agree?
I concur, Judge.
And lastly, if you have an unrest with yourself and your siblings, it is important to understand. I'm going to ask myself the questions, right? Because we know my life coaching, Ignite DIM, says that you empower yourself by saying the truth, absolute, by saying I am. So in this situation, I am a sibling who feels that I don't get enough of what I need from my sisters. I'm going to say that.
You want me to say I concur?
Listen. And I am over emotional when it comes to my siblings because I love them so much and I wish things were different between us.
I think you love them too much.
Okay, that's your opinion. And lastly, I want to be at least acknowledged or checked on more because I am not always the strong one. I also have my days. I also have problems. I also need some form of concern. Not as much as I give them, but at least more than what it's been. That's what I need. And if I can't get what I need, I will recognize it and accept it for what it is and choose if I want to still have them in my life or not.
Okay, but you looking at me like I can make them do that.
No. I'm not looking at you like you have to make them do that. What I'm saying is that I'm telling you to wrap all of this up. This is what the point of the podcast is, that I want other people to know that it's okay if you love your siblings and you want more from them. They're never going to know if you never say it. Because we all are in this instant microwave energy, right? Where we just get with people and just start moving, right? And we don't stop and take the time to have realistic conversations about who we are and what we need and want from people. And all I'm saying is that's okay if you do that.
I just think that, some people just who they are, man. Like,
that is your answer to everything, really. Like, if you think about it, why do you want that people? That's just who they are. He can't do this. Oh, that's just who he is.
I was judged.
That is not bulldogging.
Judge T.
That's not bulldogging.
I was literally just saying I concur. I agree with you. But let me talk. All right.
Okay.
I believe that people are in their comfort. They cannot come out of themselves because they don't know how. They never been. Hey. Okay,
then you said they can't come out. I was just concur. I concur. I'm pulling a Willie. I concur.
They don't have the capabilities, the know-how, the initiative of who they are or what they should be. They're just holding on by a thread. And one thing that I like about this is that you're saying secrets. It is secrets because there's things that's going on in their life that they probably don't even tell you. And it bleeds over into the relationship that you guys have.
Right. So my goal is that I want to identify hidden issues. That's my goal. Okay. Encourage honest conversations. That's the second thing. The third thing is that I want to address past hurts and resentments.
Oh my gosh, man. This is going to be long.
Nope. 2 more. Creating a safe space for vulnerability.
Your sister's not going to do that, man. Your sister's
cultivating a healthy relationship outside of trauma.
Lacey might do it, but Casey is not going to do it at all.
Wow.
She's hurt, man.
She's hurt, huh?
I love you.
Yeah. She gonna believe that after this podcast.
It doesn't matter. At least I said it. The whole world gonna know pretty soon. I love you.
Listen.
And I understand.
So you have mainly brothers, so it's different in my dynamic.
I have sister.
You have sisters, but most
shout
of you guys,
out to Mary Larry.
Listen, oh my gosh, not shout out to Mary Larry. You have more guys siblings, so of course the dynamic is different between men, right? Women, of course, there's the emotional component, right?
Yep.
So things are more heightened, things are more evolved, things are more big.
Yep.
But my sisters, I hope they know that my only intention is not to make them want to be like me. It's not to boss them around. It's really so they can be human beings,
I'ma say
like
this.
better human beings
I'm gonna say this on the ending.
than they were before. That's it.
I was watching Braxton Family.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
And
he hates that show.
I do hate it, but it was something that caught my eye. What was that lady name? The black lady?
Ayana Van Zandt. Hey, Ayana.
Hey,
I can't wait
how
to
you
meet you one
doing?
day.
Maybe.
You
Anyway,
inspired me to be a life coach.
She was giving them a counsel on one of the seasons, and the father, and he looked at him. I was like, man, this dude face reminded me of something. It reminded him of me.
Oh, yo, I hate the world face.
Know that I messed up somewhere along the line and didn't do a step in when I should have stepped in or said what I should have said.
Right.
Because I was complacent for so long and let things happen for so long. And I realized and seen that when one of the sisters, even though I know it was it's a thing that they do, try to get, eyeballs to look at your stuff.
Right.
But it was an example in there that made me see to say, hey, you know what, there's some things as a father, as a brother, as a friend, as a husband that I have neglected. And I can be honest with myself about that and evaluate that and say, okay, I could be better. I should be better. I need to rectify this. Because I was in my life, this is the year of Willie. This is the year of me. I'm doing me. I don't care what it takes.
It's the year of Willie.
It's just going, but it's not, because I have daughters. I have daughters that
he says that all the
through a trying time in our life. I wasn't there in the household, and it affected them. And I thought, I was always in their life, but I wasn't in the household, and I didn't really understand how that really affected them, nor did I take the time. I told them I loved them, but they needed more than that. And I'm thinking on that note that sometimes if it's not brought up in a sense that they can receive it, they're not going to understand it. It's going to take something for them to understand it,
tragedy.
for them to receive it. Tragedy does bring people together, and that's kind of like
trying to
that's
avoid
actually
that.
what I wanted to talk about. Why does tragedies bring people together?
Well, I guess that's going to be our next episode, right?
I guess so.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm picking the topic next. All this stuff is getting to me, man.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty soon I'm gonna be crying, man.
Okay. If he say so, he don't cry, but let's see if some
I'll
tears
be
drop.
crying, man, because I'm telling you, man, this was good, but at the same time, man, it's hurtful.
I'm just wondering of what the slack I'm going to get after this. Y'all pray for me because I might not have no
to be
siblings.
continued.
Okay.
Peace out.
So listen, thank you guys for joining in.
You may not never
Please
see me again.
hit the like button, hit the share button, drop your information. We want to know what you think. Listen. Communicate. Please go to YouTube. Also, subscribe to our channel. Please support us. I know there's a lot of people that watch us. We really do appreciate this. My husband doesn't like to say it, but I'm super happy to do this because we were supposed to do it a long time ago. But thank you guys so much for watching. Pray for us. Keep us in your prayers, and we will keep this going. And we love you guys. Peace.